Welcome to 843 TV. I'm your host, Lisa Richardson with South Coastal FCA.
And I'm your host, Carrie Manning from Heritage Dental Spa and Salon. Today we're here on the island at Hub International, which brings us to our first guest, Miss Kristin Hayrinen. She's here to talk about all that Hub has to offer.
Our next guest is Ben Smith. He's the head golf professional at Port Royal Golf Club.
And last but not least, we have Mr. Tom Dunn here with the town of Hilton Head. Talk about evacuation plans and how to get ready for this season. So make sure that you come right back and join us for more 843 TV.
Where communities come to speak.
843 TV.
Where Bluffton comes to speak.
Where Spring Island comes to speak.
Where Hilton Head Island comes to speak.
Where Beaufort comes to speak.
.843 TV.
Where communities come to speak.
Welcome to 843 TV. We're here this morning with Miss Kristin Hayrinen. She is a private client advisor here at Hub International. How are you doing this morning?
I'm doing great.
So tell everybody a little bit about Hub International and what is it?
Hub International is one of the largest insurance brokerage houses in North America. We have offices in all 50 states as well as the provinces and territories of Canada. And we have two local offices, one here on Palmetto Bay Road and one on Fording Island Road in Bluffton.
It's a big place.
Yeah.
So what's the advantage of calling Hub International versus a direct insurance writer like Geico or USAA?
I would say choices, choices, choices. A direct writer basically has one company and one product that they can offer. We have all the best companies across the nation, so we can offer the total solution for your insurance needs with all of our companies.
So you give everybody options. Somebody calls you and says, I have this, 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 and this, and then you give them more than one option to find the coverage that works.
That's the choices, yeah. We give all the options, different companies, different types of coverage. So
you guys do all the legwork, basically.
Yeah, we do.
Let somebody else do the work for you.
And Kristin, can you tell us a little bit about what's going on in the local insurance marketplace right now?
Well, I said any insurance agent would tell you it's a soft market. A soft market meaning there are a lot more companies available that write coverage, and the premiums are a lot lower. But instead of just shopping for price, I would actually go out. You can get more coverage for less premium than you probably are currently paying now. So take advantage of that soft market while we still have it.
Kristin, what are some of the specialty areas that you do cover here at Hub?
Since we are located across the nation, we have many experts in all the insurance fields. We have marine, aviation, loss control, claims, employee benefits, life and health. Because of that, we can bring all of that expertise to the local marketplace. So we can write on a global level, but in a local marketplace.
So walk us through, if I'm looking for insurance and I call here, what happens first and then how do they go about it?
You would get connected to me, most likely, and I would ask a few questions about your home or your auto or your airplane, or whatever you have. And then I go out to all the markets and get as many quotes as I can, and then I give you all the choices of what I think you need, and then we discuss what you need and we come to an agreement.
Okay, and then from there, the client still continues to deal with you through the whole process?
Through the whole initial process, yes. And then once the policies are written and the policies all come in, then there are agents that handle it more on a daily basis.
Okay, we were talking about some of the recent storms we've had just last week with the Tropical Storm Bonnie, and then in the fall there was some flooding and some storms. Tell us about maybe how you were able to assist there, or what are some of the hot topics? What are some of the things that you are able to do in those cases?
We live in the Low Country. June 1st through November 30th is hurricane season, so everybody's aware of hurricanes, but I think the awareness should be more with flooding. As a member of the Hilton Head Flood Awareness Committee, there are availability of many different policies, many different companies, different coverage levels. We saw the flooding in Columbia in the fall and the ongoing flooding in Texas. And I just think people should be aware of flood coverage, what it does, the disasters it can bring, and it doesn't have to be expensive.
There's a lot of people who don't even have flood coverage, correct?
Yeah, correct. On Hilton, on an island, because they feel that they're on a little higher level, But I would still get flood coverage because we saw what happened on I-95 just this weekend.
Right.
That's pretty far inland. They're not in flood zones.
No.
And nobody could go down 95 because of it.
I don't think people realize, though, I mean, I don't mean this in an insulting way, but people really don't realize why we are called the low country.
Exactly.
Being at sea level is an important fact to know, and just how all the waterways run together. I mean, if we get rain one way, it's got to come down somewhere.
Exactly. And whether you're at 10 foot or 14 foot, it might not make that much difference if we get that big storm.
That we're going to talk about that we eventually will get, which we are all hoping and praying and crossing our fingers that we won't. But
exactly.
So flood coverage is a big one, obviously for hurricane season. And then making sure that you have enough coverage. My husband does a lot of insurance work with water damage and stuff. And I think the biggest thing that I've heard him talk about, people don't have enough coverage.
Exactly. People have a tendency to just shop price.
Right.
And you really have to make sure that you have adequate coverage. Possibly by buying something called extended replacement cost, which gives you another 20 or 25% over the amount of coverage you have.
Well, because cost of living down here, I'm sure if you built your house 20 years ago.
Exactly. And maybe it goes up a little bit each year, but oftentimes if there is a claim, if there's a fire loss even,
Right.
people don't have enough coverage because you have to think about the cleanup, the debris cleanup first, and then rebuilding. And that all comes from your policy.
I know people, it's a tricky game figuring out how much you have to pay up front.
And that's why the choices are so valuable. You really need somebody that can offer the choices and not just say this is what you need and just go for the price.
And you should shop around.
Yes.
Exactly.
We've been using the same national carrier forever, but I think I'm at a point now I do want to shop around, so we'll have to call you and investigate that.
Anytime.
Another question too, I was reading, besides the casualty insurance and then that, you offer insurance for employee benefits?
Employee benefits
Okay,
as
which
well.
is a whole nother topic, so tell us about that.
It is. That is for businesses that have a certain number of employees that we can tailor a product for everybody, where life is, or where health insurance is concerned, where different benefits, cancer products, all those type of things. So.
Okay. Well, thank you for sharing about Hub International with us here, and stay right back for more 843 TV.